everybody to the XP GamesCast, episode 8.
Oh, we're excited.
I'm your host, Omar.
I'm co-host, James.
And we're back.
Like always.
6th episode? 6?
Who's counting? We're gonna get like 76 anyway.
I hope so. I hope it goes that far. We'll see. A lot of news today. Kind of.
Tons of news.
Not really. I lied.
He lied.
Some news.
Just.
We got some news. We're gonna talk about anticipated games for next year.
Star Wars.
A little bit of Star Wars.
Because we like Star Wars.
Fallout. Like always. Because that's what we do.
Say hi to our Pip-Boy. He's winking at you.
It's a Vault Boy.
Pip-Boy.
Get it right.
Vault Boy, the Pip-Boy. The Pip-Boy, the Vault Boy.
Excuse me. So, James, how's everything going?
With me?
Yeah.
Pretty good. I see we're working on our scruff for winter.
No shave November, but I shaved once.
I did too, just because I don't like looking too scruffy.
Yeah, me neither.
But winter's upon us.
What have you been playing?
What do you think?
Fallout. I've been playing Fallout and Star Wars. What have you been watching? Been watching anything good?
Just One Piece. I heard Jessica Jones came out though.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes.
Oh yeah? How was it?
Pretty decent.
Decent.
Now, I don't want to say it's as good as Daredevil. I don't want to go there that fast, because Daredevil was like on a different area.
Out of all female superheroes to choose from though, why Jessica Jones?
I think they wanted to make something gritty.
I thought Daredevil was gritty.
Yeah, but this one like actually has like sex scenes in it. Like, no titties yet, but definitely.
Here's looking at you, Jessica Jones.
Yeah, definitely some stuff. So let's get into the speed run. Like what we always do.
Speed run.
This week I kind of shortened it, kind of weeded through some of the bull crap that was just like it just doesn't matter anymore. Like I don't want to keep going on for like 20 minutes on this stuff.
I understand.
So I kind of just picked this stuff out. Then I did my next segment that we're going to do. Got some different news there. A little bit more important news. But that's what we're going to do. So, without further ado, the speed run. First thing. Fallout 4, game-breaking bug discovered.
I've heard there's actually a lot.
There's a couple where somebody doesn't do something that you need them to do to progress the mission.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess this one is just like, you go to an area, a plaza, and it just crashes. Like the server just crashes.
The whole game.
And then it just you like go to reload your game up and it's like the game data is like corrupted.
Oh.
Yeah, so
that
I've been
does sound
like
pretty bad.
I've been like trying to like talk to people and have like things pop up on my map so this doesn't happen to me, but
jeez.
It's whatever. Fast and Furious spin-off movies are in the works. Not only are there only going to be 2 more movies that come out to finish the series, but they're having spin-off movies. So I like Fast and Furious.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
I didn't see the movie.
Whatever. Minecraft is coming to Wii U. Release date rumors have been circulating the internet, which I'm kind of excited. I don't know if I'll get it for there. I got Fallout on pretty much every system I have it on except for the Xbox, because I don't have no friends on there to play with yet. So.
I mean, the only cool thing I can imagine for the Wii U is like using pads motion controls to like look around.
Well, no, like the inventory would be on the pad, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
Because like on here you would have to press triangle or Y to get into your menu, but like on here like it might be faster, and then it showed a picture of a map, which if anybody knows, you have to map out the world yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could have like the map on there without actually having your map out, it would really help a lot, because you have to have your map out and just look at it like this, and then like you keep walking and then you keep looking to see where you're going and stuff. It's kind of annoying.
Not much of a Minecrafter.
Xbox One's update brings like the Xbox 360 controller scheme to it. I guess it's a little different. Star Wars Battlefront sequels coming, EA said.
Sequels?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, you haven't played the real one.
Yeah, I know. I haven't even
The new
one.
Dungeons and Dragons is coming to virtual reality. So,
ooh.
It looks exactly like you would think Dungeons and Dragons looks like.
Sounds like a game changer.
Yeah. I have a couple friends who because of schedule and work and stuff like that, can't get together and do this. And there are people that I would like to, a couple friends that live in different states that I would like to play with. This is a good way to play this game. I do like Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's a fun game. It's a lot of your imagination. If they can do something with virtual reality, but still keep the flavor of like the actually still
create your own stuff.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if we talked about this last week. I'm pretty sure I did. Friday the 13th gets its goal.
We talked about that.
They just had it on
cool.
here. They teased the trailer, like a small little video of a girl running around. Like her shirt was cut like here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, her boob's not revealed, but like it's cut to like right here. She's running, trying to get away from Jason. You hear people talking to her. Or to the guy, because it's a guy playing the girl.
Mm-hmm.
You hear like his other buddies and another girl talking to him in the mic, like, you better run, and like, I would assume this girl's like the slut character or something like that, but she's like trying to run, she's like, she gets away, they're like, oh, you got away from Jason, and then automatically just pops out of nowhere. They show a couple of frames where like they're like on Jason's camera view,
mm-hmm.
and then he catches up to her, and then it just like, it cuts off. So they don't show you how he kills her or anything, because I think they're trying to save that for the actual game. Because they said that they have some crazy ones. Gamers can play Tom Clancy's The Division solo if they choose to. So you don't have to have...
I would hope.
Yeah, you don't have to have two other people. They were saying like this has it doesn't really have a single player component, but you can play it by yourself. Like, you don't need to have a team of people with you. It makes the game harder, obviously.
For you lone wolves out there.
Yeah. Gravity Rush Remastered. It was a Vita game.
Mm-hmm.
They're making 2 for the Vita and the PS4. First one is being remastered for the PS4 because it wasn't on the PS4 when the first one came out. And it gets a physical copy, which is a thing because some people like physical copies. Some people like me like digital copies now.
Still physical.
I don't know if you heard of that game Ark Evolved, like this dinosaurs and stuff. It was on the PC only. Just like a survival game.
Rings a bell.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox One. So.
Is it an exclusive?
I think so. Didn't say anything about PS4 in the article, but it's. I would assume it's just easier for them to do it for the Xbox, for Windows capabilities or whatever. Not saying that they couldn't do it for the PS4. There's got to be some, like, Microsoft did some money thing, so.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo Classic Super Star Wars is coming to PS4. It's already out. This was news a while ago from this week, but it's already out. Came out Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. So if you like Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo, it's on the PS4 now. And the Vita, so go check it out. Don't Starve Shipwreck expansion.
Ooh.
Don't Starve was a free game, I think, December or January when the system came out 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So some people who have it free, an expansion, some people who bought it on sales. It's like one of the games that it was so old and the console's like upstart that it's always on sales and stuff like that. So it's decent. A lot of people like it. Rocket League DLC is coming in December. Free arenas included.
Cool.
So the arena they're saying the arena kind of is like this wasteland arena, so it looks pretty cool. So hopefully that's good. I mean, that game people still play that game. I mean, million downloads. Tetris Origins movie being developed.
What?
Yeah. So the guy who made Tetris, I guess they're doing like a movie based on him.
Oh, like how Facebook got its origins movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is Tetris. I know a little bit about Tetris if anybody doesn't know.
Tetris is that game where you make falling blocks.
No, not that. The guy who made it, I'm pretty sure he's Russian. I can't remember for sure, but his favorite sport was tennis.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Tris or like one of the phrases in Tetris means like 4, which in the game each block has 4 blocks in the original game.
Mm-hmm.
So tennis was his favorite sport. 4, I guess, was his favorite number. Mix it together, and that's how you get Tetris. So pretty cool. Fallout 4's 1-800-4 Vault Tech number is real, and you can call it. So
What?
call it and see what they did. Yeah, you can call it and see what it says.
Oh man, I kind of want to call it right now.
The horror game The Park creeps on the consoles in 2016, so I guess it's a PC game that came out. Kind of like Slender Man, I would say, but it's coming out next year for consoles. Resident Evil Revelations 2, first episode is now free on all consoles. So if you haven't got to play it, you were contemplating if you wanted to pick up this Resident Evil game, you're like, it's not really a Resident Evil game for me. Play the first episode, I downloaded it, it's free. And then I think you can buy each episode after that for like $5. So then it's going to be like a $20 game and you got the first one for free. I think it's $25 if you would have bought the whole entire thing.
Games have been doing that lately. They're releasing like episode things.
Yeah, mostly Tall Tale or whatever their names are. Those people that I really don't care for the games, even though I download all their free games when they put them for free. EverQuest. If you don't know what EverQuest is, it's like one of the first MMOs that ever come out that changed the game. Gets this 20-second DLC expansion.
Wow. There's
Yeah,
a lot
so-
of expansions.
Amy Hennig, the girl who made like the first 2 Uncharted. I hope you would know who she is.
She's a writer, yeah.
She and another one of her people, Jade Raymond, reflected on the game store, like because they're making a new EA Star Wars game that's coming out next year. And that's going to be the one that like has an actual story, because Battlefront doesn't have a story. This one's going to have a story, and she's making it, and a lot of people are excited for it, because obviously Uncharted 1 and 2 and 3
are the bomb.
So we'll get to that. Telltale's Game of Thrones gets second season. So season 1 I think just ended. They're already announcing season 2.
I was looking at trailers for that.
You can actually get that episode 1. So you can get episode 1 of Game of Thrones, episode 1 of Tales of the Borderlands, and episode 1 of, I think, The Walking Dead season 1. And last month, Xbox One had the full complete season 1 of Walking Dead, and PS4 has season 2 of The Walking Dead on here for free this month. This month's almost over, so go look it up real quick. If you got both systems, you get season 1 on one, season 2 on the other. Go check them out. People really like these games. Not really my favorite game. I just don't like the graphics. I feel like a game like Heavy Rain, which I'm about to talk about, or even some of the games that like PlayStation has done that's like kind of like a story driven, not really action at all. You just click buttons. The graphics are way better for something like this, and that's what I would want. Like, they're pumping these games out too fast, and there's not enough. And people know, like, it's got glitches and stuff. Like, the story's there, and I wouldn't mind playing like a Game of Thrones story that doesn't have really much to do with the show, or a Walking Dead story that doesn't have to do with the show in a sense.
But it's still in the universe.
It's still in the universe, but then like make the graphics look good.
Yeah.
Like, do a good job with the graphics. Take some time, take a year or two apart from these games and make the graphics look good. And then release the games. Like Resident Evil, we just talked about it. They released the games, and when they released that one game where they did the episodes, each week an episode came out. When these games come out, one episode comes out this month, the next episode comes out maybe 3 weeks later, then maybe 4 weeks later, then maybe 6 weeks later. Like, Game of Thrones has been out for like a year, and the last one just came out.
Yeah.
So, like, fix your shit. Sony announced dates for the new PS4 ports of Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. So, if you're looking forward to those, they're coming out soon. This was interesting. We talked about this plenty of times. Resident Evil 6, PS4, and Xbox One spot on Korea Games Rating Board.
They spot what?
Like, they're spotting it. Because what happens is, before a game comes out, they get spotted on like a ratings board for, is it gonna be mature, whatever. Yeah. So it's been spotted in Korea on like their things, because sometimes they get games earlier than us.
Okay, yeah.
So it came up. So are they porting Resident Evil 6 onto the new consoles? I would hope.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Fallout 4 patches are on the way, PC before consoles.
Darn.
Yeah, darn. We already talked about the Game of Thrones season coming out Season 2 coming out next year. Gravity Rush is going to run at 180p on PS4. I mean, it's a PS4 exclusive. And it's coming sooner than expected, so people thought it was maybe coming out last year. I think it's coming out this year or the beginning of this next year. And that's it for Speedrun.
Quick, gotta go fast.
Speaking of Speedrun, I'm watching a guy beat Pokemon Yellow in 2 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I can't do that. You're crazy, man.
So we're gonna go over to the level up news. So level up news is just a little bit more important to me. Things that I thought were really cool, and things that like maybe we take a little bit more time on. Not too much more time on, but stuff that like might be just a little bit more important. So, EA says PS4 and Xbox One nowhere near peaking at the console cycle. So Xbox One is at 14 mil. PS4 is at 29.3. They're both destroying records, even though, like...
They're not even at their peak yet.
Yeah, so I don't know how you feel about this. I thought it was just interesting just because, like, EA has been a company for years. Years. They've been making games for years.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All the sports games, and, I mean, they've been around, and, I mean, it'd be different if somebody, like, you know, an indie studio said something, or... You know, somebody who just started making games for like the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. But Tales games are in danger of becoming irrelevant.
Tales game?
Yeah, so like Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Zestiria just came out this year.
Why?
They come out in Japan first every year.
Well, yeah, because that's where their main audience is.
See, but here's the thing: is like in Japan. Probably like 10% of PS4s that are sold were actually sold in just Japan.
Oh, yeah?
So that's not a lot considering like there's 29 out there, 29 mil throughout the whole entire world.
That's true.
Probably about 60% of that is in the United States of America, and then 10% of it is in Japan. So they release these games on both consoles, PS3, PS4. Most of them are PlayStation exclusives. They get released and then they're just there for... They're there for a year, and then they'll come out the next year over here. Like there's already a new Tales in Japan right now.
Yeah.
That won't come out till next year over here. So like I feel like that makes them irrelevant. The voice acting is really poor for like over here. Like using American actors, like voice actors are very poor. Most people just throw it in Japanese, so you're wasting time doing two voiceovers when people are just gonna do Japanese voiceovers anyways, because it was like I don't want to listen to these voice actors, you know, first butcher, and then when they do like the subtitles, they butcher subtitles too. Like they don't say the words that they're supposed to say, or they'll use the same phrase like three times for like
a lot of things get lost in translation when you do stuff like that. Are you dub or sub?
My biggest thing is the graphics just don't get any better. Most people are like, oh, they're anime graphics. My friend argues with me all the time that he likes the way the graphics look way better. I said, I guarantee you if they made like Final Fantasy looking graphics for one of these games like it would sell over here like hotcakes. They would sell way more than any other ones that they've ever made. Just my opinion.
Yeah,
like you don't have to change the anime look, but you should make it look more realistic. Like
I mean, Final Fantasy's got an anime look.
Yeah, and it still looks realistic. You know what I'm saying? So.
But that's just that's the artist's, like, style.
Yeah. Star Ocean, which is a game that comes out next year, which we'll talk about here in a second, comes out with a little bit better graphics, more polished, shinier, still with the anime look. Persona 5, which we're going to talk about as well, that has an anime look, but it looks really good. It's a little bit more shell shaded, so like in a way it looks a little bit better, but then it doesn't look as bad as some of the shell shaded games. But that's just what it is. Minecraft is getting a huge update with new components, areas to explore, and fluffy rabbits. Now I know you don't care anything about Minecraft.
No.
And I really, really, really want you to get into Minecraft.
No.
I really want you to just try it one day.
No, not gonna happen. Sorry, Omar.
If Doug listens to this one, Doug, we gotta get him into it.
Doug, you won't.
We gotta get him in there.
I'm too busy playing Fallout 4.
Not now. I'm saying like.
No, I'm not gonna stop playing Fallout 4.
Yeah, you will.
No, I'm not even south of the border.
Did you stop playing Fallout 3?
Yeah, because Fallout 4 came out.
No, you stopped playing that. Anyways. What's this game called again? I can't remember the game name. What was we talked about it earlier?
Tales of Symphonia?
No. Deus Ex. Mankind Divided is delayed until August 23rd. It was supposed to come out February 23rd, and they delayed it 6 months.
I'm okay with that, because sometimes publishers gotta push back dates.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Really big news. Sony is working on bringing PS2 games to the PS4.
So, like, downloaded stuff?
Download it, I would assume. I wouldn't assume anything else. Kind of defeats the purpose of their PlayStation Now, which is a terrible, terrible service. A lot of people like it. I tried it once. Games are way too expensive. The service is way too expensive for how bad the quality is of the games. Like, if you have really amazing internet and it can hold up, okay, $20 a month might feel okay for you to buy all these old games. Not really. It's not really worth $20 to play Resident Evil 6.
No.
Or, like, I love Resident Evil 6, but they, like, Capcom they just had 105 games just go onto this service.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Resident Evil 5, 6, Street Fighter's Ultimate, Super Street Fighter Ultimate, 4, all these, like, Capcom games, a couple older games. And it's just like, it feels like it's not, like, they don't download to your system. They get uploaded to your system. And you have to play it uploaded. So the graphics take a hit because it's just, like, constantly streaming. It takes a lot of internet, a lot of uploading speed if you don't have a lot of uploading speed. And then the game just...
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, and then the game just, like, I was playing Resident Evil 6 for, like, literally 5 minutes, and then it was like, your internet's too bad. Try to reload your internet and then come back and play. And I was like, no, this is pointless. I'm not going to reload my internet because it's my internet's poopy, but, like, you guys should be able to, like, download this to my system. Like, I should be able to download this to my system.
Right.
And then play it. So, it defeats the purpose of that because there is PS2 games on that service. So... they start making PS2 games available for it, where you could just, like, download a PS2 game and then not have to worry about it, then I don't really see why they invested, like, $400 million into this service that they're doing.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I don't know what they were thinking. Dark Souls 2 interview, or Dark Souls 3 interview, it wouldn't be right to continue creating Souls games, is what the creator said. So this is the third Souls game. They made Demon Souls. I'm pretty sure some of the Souls people worked on Bloodborne, and I think the creator of, like, just the Souls series is, like, he's just done. He doesn't want to make games that consist of the Dark Souls 3 universe. He actually wants to move on to certain things, and I understand.
Yeah, for sure. Like, sometimes you gotta end a series. It's sad, but I mean, like, if it kept on going, eventually it's gonna turn into garbage, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, not even really garbage. It's just gonna get to the point where it's like, how many times can you explore the same type of areas? How many times can you kill monsters that are just, like, super strong? And, like even now, like, it's starting to, like, there's 5 games technically in this series. 3 of them are going to be Souls games when Dark Souls 3 comes out next year. Like, what else can you do? Like, Bloodborne was really cool, and I liked it because it got away from knights and dragons and stuff, and it was, like, vampire. Well, technically there's no vampires in it, but it got to that gothic horror world where it's, like, wolves and, you know, zombie-type creatures and giant ogres and stuff like that. And it was just, like, it was a new, fresh take on it. But, like, even then, like, what are they going to do after they do Bloodborne 2 and Bloodborne 3? So,
yeah.
That's what he said, so more props to him. I would hope more people would follow that path instead of saying, like, hey, I work in, you know, Studio Japan / you know, From Software and Namco Bandai, and they just want us to keep making Souls games. And then you can tell, like, they, like, look at the whole Kojima and Konami thing. Like, he's made, 7 Metal Gear games, and they're just like, hey, keep making Metal Gear games every 4 years. We need a new one. And he's like, I really don't want to do that. Like, put me on a different project. Let's get away from this, you know. And they're like, nope. Soon as 4 was over, they probably start working on 5. Soon as 5 is over, they even confirmed it. We talked about it last week. They're already talking about making another Metal Gear game and what's their next big plan for it.
If Kojima's not on it, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah. And that's about it for that news. I don't really do deals of the week because sometimes they lie to me. Not really lie to me. I just I read it real quick and I say something and then it's not the deal.
That's fine.
The most I'm gonna say is this week is if you bought Gears of War Ultimate Edition on your Xbox, obviously. Now with the backwards compatibility, you get 4 codes for Gears 1, which makes no sense, Gears 2, Gears 3, and then Gears Judgment.
I only got Gears 3.
I got all 4 of them, so I don't know what they're doing. You might want to call Xbox and be like, hey, give me my shit.
I mean, for the Xbox Gears of War Edition one?
Yeah, I thought you had to buy it on the Xbox console. I guess that's wrong. I guess just logging into the servers and stuff like that, they automatically send you a code. I got 1 redeemed, 2 redeemed, and a code that said you got 3. This long message. It was oh, here's a code for 3 in Judgment. And then it was 1 and 2, and it gave me all I had to do was click on it. And then I went into the store, and then I found I just typed Gears of War into the search thing, and then it popped up as all the gears, and I just started downloading them.
Oh, maybe I'll look into that. I don't know.
But that was pretty cool. Not really a deal.
I mean, it's a whole series, right there.
Or if you're on the fence of buying the one, I mean, you can go and pick up every single one of these games for $5.
Oh yeah, they're cheap now.
Which is $20.
Play them on your 360.
You can spend $20 more, get a new remastered version of 1, play 1, and then get all other games for, whatever.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. So, we talked earlier. Star Wars came out Tuesday. Fallout was in the mix still. I kind of ignored it. I bought it Thursday. Still kept playing Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Then I picked it up Friday, because Thursday, I download my games on here. So
yeah.
Thursday it downloaded 4 gigs, and then it was hey, here's this cheesy Vader, and just run through this area and just kill a bunch of rebels.
Oh, really?
And that's all it was for and it was 21%, 22%. I was no, I'm not playing this for that long.
Maybe the more rebels you killed, the higher it would go up.
No!
Oh no.
Technical difficulties, people.
What happened?
My controller died, because I'm a bum. I don't charge my stuff.
What a terrible series of events. But we're back.
It's all good. I'll just charge my controller.
Be a good idea.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to die that quick.
It happens. I mean, you stay on here for an hour.
I've only been on here for 20-something minutes. Now that music's back. It's making me sad. Real sad. Anyways, we don't have technical difficulties on the audio version, but... So, yeah. I don't know. I was just ignoring it and not really caring about it at all. And then I finally I picked it up Friday after work, because I worked some bull crap shift from 6 to 9.
Oh, so 3 hours?
Yeah. So then I come home and then I just pick it up. My friend's playing it. And I was getting real angry. I was this is Call of Duty. I'm just getting pissed every time somebody kills me. I'm shooting these people with these guns. And they're not dying. And they're shooting me with the same gun. And killing me. And I'm getting pissed. I don't know why. And then I picked it up Saturday morning. Or no, I kept playing it. Played a couple matches. And then I got to be Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty fun. Because when you get to be these heroes in these damn games, or villains, they rape.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody gangs up on them, they can kill them. But Boba Fett has a jetpack that just keeps going. You can jetpack for
ever?
Not ever. You have a bar that's from 1 to 100 once it runs out. But it just you can just keep floating in the air, just shooting people from the sky.
Okay.
He has a flamethrower, and then he has a pistol that kills everybody in 2 hits.
Sounds like the old.
It's it shoots 3 bullets, but 2 bursts kills people instantly. And then I was that was pretty fun. Then the next match happens, and my friend, he picks up hero power, and he's oh yeah, I'm gonna be he's Han Solo sucks, and he was who wants to be Leia? So I'm gonna be Luke. So he was Luke, and he ran into Vader, and Vader killed him. And Vader was surrounded by a bunch of stormtroopers, so he got killed because they just raped him.
Yep.
So then I was like, how would you not like? Why would you not want to be Han Solo? I was like, Han Solo is arguably like the best character in Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I was like, he's a badass without the Force powers. So then,
well, it's rumored that he does have Force powers. He just doesn't like fucking like care to like explore his Jedi background, because I mean his kids become Jedis.
Yeah. Anyways. Well, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, so then I was like, I went on a streak, and the streaks don't grant you a hero power. There's emblems across the map. I went on a streak, and I was just camping in the area, and the emblem popped up right where I was camping, like literally right next to me. So I was like, hero power, picked it up. And I was like, I'm gonna be Han Solo, cause you didn't pick him, so I'm gonna show you how it's used. Han Solo is a badass in that game.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what.
What can he do?
Like he does this like running thing. Well, first of all, his gun is just beast.
Oh yeah.
Like his gun kills people in 2 hits, too, as well. So like, I got into an area with like 4 stormtroopers, and I just took all of them out by myself. I was just like, pow, 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 pow. But it took me down to like 50%, and the heroes' energies, like their HP doesn't regenerate.
No.
So, I mean, it's a way for them not to be OP, and you're just like, oh, I'm running and hiding, and I hid in a corner until my health came back. But then I killed them. You don't have to reload, because everything's like laser guns in this.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no reloading at all. Your gun can overheat, and you can kind of, like, Gears of War it, where you can, like, get in a sweet spot, and it cools down.
There's like a mini game for it?
Yeah, like, it slows, like, it cools down quicker.
Okay.
So there's that. And then, I don't know, I just finished it up. And I went like a easy, like a 6. No, not a 6. Not 16. It was like 12, 14.
Now I'm half tempted to just go out and buy the game. Even though
Kill streak. And like after I went on that kill streak, I was like, this is what's up. And then I was playing it yesterday morning, and my friend was here, and he was just like, he was beasting in it. And I was beasting in it, and they were taking turns, and it was just kind of fun. And then I was playing like right before I was getting ready. I think I was getting ready to go somewhere, and I started dying, and I was like, I'm not having too much fun right now. Because I just played like 4 or 5 matches in a row. So like that's what it is. It's like it's a good 4 or 5 matches in a row, and then that's it. Just take a break, and that's what it is, and you just...
So it's pretty much a COD game, only in Star Wars universe characters?
No, because like there's Call of Duty players that like play, and they keep playing, and they keep going, and they don't stop. And I used to be one of those players that just like keep playing Call of Duty and just not stopping at all. And then like now I get to that point where I was just like, if I'm not playing with friends, then it's boring. And then I'll go like on a 5-game tear. And then I'll just be like, this is so boring. Like, why am I playing this? Like, last night I was playing it, we started losing, and then we won one, then we lost one, then we won another one, and then I was just like, I'm kind of just bored right now.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's fun just to pick up and play real quick. Star Wars is just like a pick up, 1 or 2 matches, put it down. There's a lot of different modes. There's a couple different guns in there. A lot of different perks that you can get. And when I mean perks, like you get these cards, you get 3 card slots. 1 card is like, 2 cards can be anything. Like there's grenades, there's like side weapons, and then there's your top middle card is like, you can get ion shots, you can get like, just like different things to make your gun stronger, to take out like,
Okay, so like a little modification.
Yeah, it gives like, there's an ion shot that makes your bullet stronger to kill, like shit, if you could shoot down a spaceship, but like AT-AT walkers, and like there's a mode where you gotta kill like 2 walkers and it might do more damage to the walkers. There's like turrets that it does more damage to. Anything that's not a human, practically, could just like shoot it up with this iron shot and it does way more damage, probably like 2 times the damage to it. But there's a couple cool modes, like there's one where it's 3-on-3 villains, and then there's a bunch of just regular stormtroopers and rebel guys trying to take out, and once you kill all 3 of the heroes or the villains, like whatever side dies first, then the match is over.
Okay.
And then you do it 5 times until whoever wins the most, whatever.
That sounds kind of cool.
So it's kind of cool. Supremacy is just like capture the flag, not capture the flag, but like domination. There's just like blast, which is just like 20 on 20 shooting, run and gun. So it has the modes there, it has what you want to play there, but then it's like, it's just what it is.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's just a game. It's just a shooter. I haven't played Call of Duty, so I play the beta of Call of Duty, so I'm not really comparing them. This one you can go first person, third person, whenever you want to, so it's kind of cool in that aspect. But Call of Duty is just Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Star Wars is like a phenomenon this year again. Like it's something that's relevant again in the eyes of gamers and media and entertainment and just like everything now is Star Wars. The movie comes out next month.
Yep, looking forward to that.
Another movie comes out next year, which is a side movie. Then Episode 8 probably, I would assume, comes out the year after that. Then another side movie, then Episode 9. So it's like, there's just going to be Star Wars every year. There's another game coming out next year for that we just talked about. They just alluded to a sequel to Battlefront. They're talking about Battlefront 3, which would be a direct sequel to 2, which would have a story attached to it. So I'm assuming that they'll have like Battlefront 3 that had like the first Star Wars, like Episode 7 story onto it. And then each other year, they'll have like Episode 8 story attached to like Battlefront 4, which you might get fatigued on. I think it'll be a fatigue thing, but
I mean, if you got content there,
why not use it? So that's what I've been playing, other than Fallout 4, like everybody else is playing. I just got this as an early birthday present. I don't have a PC yet, so I'm kind of sad. But it's the anthology. It has all the games. It kind of trolled me, which is kind of funny. They give you all the games, and then they have Fallout 4 here, but it's not in there.
Oh, really?
So I think what it is like, if you bought Fallout 4 just like disc based, you just put it in there as like in here, so that way you have the full collection.
Okay.
Pretty cool though. I liked it. Has a little button in the front if you want to press that button.
This one right here?
Yep.
That
makes the experience noise.
Oh man.
And then that's it. So it has Fallout, the first one, the second one, the third one, Vegas, and Fallout, like some other Fallout game. I can't remember the name of it.
It's a pretty amazing gift you got there, Omar.
Yeah. Fallout Tactics.
Tactics.
Yeah. I know there's a couple other Fallout games, like, I don't know if that's Tactics as Brotherhood, which is a different name, or Brotherhood of the Steel, whatever, but yeah, cool early birthday present. This was an early birthday present too, as well. If you're not watching the video, which most people are gonna be watching the video, it's just a Vault Boy with a thumb up.
Yeah,
which
see, you did it too.
You said it earlier, but it replicates the ones that you get in the game, and this is the Charisma one with a thumbs up. And then I picked up for myself Mewtwo because it came out for the Amiibos, so I got Mewtwo.
Well, happy birthday, Omar.
Well, my birthday's not until December 3rd.
I know, but I'm gonna say happy birthday anyway because you got all this cool stuff.
Okay. You give me anything?
I will.
You don't have to give me anything.
I will. Looking out for you. Gotta get my buddy something.
I didn't get you anything.
So, you got me the gift of your smile.
Okay. Let's move on. But yeah, any interesting stories for Fallout? I would like to take like 3-4 minutes just real quick for a Fallout.
Yeah,
I feel like most people are going to be...
I was playing it last night, so...
Yeah, you had a story last night.
Yeah. So, I'm playing this, like, I don't know if you did it, the Settler mission, but you had to go, like, get the shish kebab sword from some raiders that took it from our farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So I went through there, and I'm killing raiders left and right, and this is easy, this is fine. But then I get to the final guy, who's kind of a jerk, and he's dressed up in power armor, right? And so I'm like, oh man, I gotta take this guy out. But he's got a flamethrower minion, and then another minion who's all melee and stuff. And I probably died 4 times, just because man, I can't beat this guy. So finally I'm alright, screw this weapon, and I just took out my 10mm pistol that has wounding on it. And if you don't know, wounding does 25 bleed damage per hit or something like that. So I just put 2 clips into this boss, and his health bar just drains like an over-level Pokemon fighting a wild thing. Just, and he died. I was just like, wow, this is surprisingly really OP. So then, like, I'm using the gun later, well, like, just for other, like things I want to get by. I'm like, this gun's OP, this gun's OP, this gun's OP. But, like,
what's OP, but then you run out of ammo really quick with it.
I'm not, because I'm finding 10mm ammo everywhere.
See, I wasn't.
Especially if you have the Scrounger perk on, because you just find ammo everywhere. But one thing that kind of miffed me, like, I don't know if this is, like, something that, the publishers or the developers just neglected, but, like, I'm doing bleeding damage on a turret.
Yeah.
Turrets don't bleed.
They bleed oil.
They bleed oil. I guess
they bleed oil.
I guess if you want to say it what they got, I guess they
I mean, I noticed that too, but I mean, it's Fallout. I mean, you're gonna get the corniness, you're gonna get the glitchiness, but that's just how it is, and you take it or leave it.
Yep.
I had a couple interesting thing happened to me. I did that mission as well. There's like, if you don't know, there's a little lava pit there too.
Yes, I fell into it.
I didn't fall into it. I blew the guy's head off, and he fell into it. And I was like, I want that sword though, and I couldn't get it because he was deep in there. And then like I wasn't even walking in the lava. I walked around on the little pipe thing, and I was still taking like damage.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
So then I died, and then I restarted it, and then I actually passed the charisma thing to make the guy from like being on your side.
Oh yeah, I did that automatically.
Yeah. So I was like, after I did it, I was like, oh, this one is actually pretty better. And I killed, I got like the guy didn't fall in the lava.
Yeah.
Because I have this shotgun that like when I shoot it, it can turn the enemies into goo. Like it does nuclear damage on them.
Oh, that's cool.
So like I got a critical hit on him with it and it turned it to goo, so he couldn't fall into the fucking pit.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, so that one, I got lucky on that one. But been kind of off and on with it. This week my work schedule was kind of busy. So I was like working like a Monday I worked 2 to close, Tuesday I worked 4 to close, Wednesday I worked 9 to 6, and then I had like the last 2 days or last 3 days I was okay. Like yesterday I had off 10 to 3 Thursday and 6 to close, which was only 3 hours. Friday, so I had a little bit, but then like every time I get home I'm just like, I just want to relax.
Yeah, because I mean weekends are like the only real time I can actually sit down and play the game.
Yeah.
Whereas like the weekday, I only get a couple hours in because like after work or school. So
I started Jessica Jones, so I had to check that show out. Daredevil was, I wouldn't say so good that I had to check it out, but it was good enough that like I've always said Netflix is like doing some big things with shows, and with that being said, like they do something big with that show, and then with Daredevil, and then like I want to watch Jessica Jones. Like I'm like. But, like, it's not just her. Luke Cage is in there.
Luke Cage, I heard he was in there.
He fucks the shit out of her, like, in, like, 6 scenes already, and I'm only on episode 3. So, like, that's why I'm saying it's a little... Whereas, like, Daredevil was, like...
Graphic?
Like, not graphic. I mean, it's sex is sex. But, like, when you watch the show, it's like, you're watching it, and you're like, oh, okay, she's strong. She's showing her strength a little bit. She's showing what she can do. He's kind of, like, there's parts where he's, like... in there where he's showing what he can do, and then she's trying to figure out what's going on. There's a bad guy. I don't want to ruin it too much for people who haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
But there's like a bad guy that she's trying to take down for some reason that I don't want to say because it's part of the story. And then like she's a PI.
Yeah, private investigator.
So like she's doing things and she's trying to figure out stuff, and she gets like this, like the romance is already there in a way, but like, and what I find cool. And I like.
So it's not really much of an origin. It's more of like she's already there in the universe.
Yeah, like she already has the powers or whatever. Okay. What I find really cool about the show though is they allude to the Avengers.
Oh, they do?
A lot.
I mean,
they referenced it 3 times. They really didn't that much in Daredevil.
No, but in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
yeah,
they reference them like almost every.
Well, I mean, S.H.I.E.L.D. is different though because S.H.I.E.L.D. is like directly tied to that. But in this show, is like. There's a part where Luke Cage is talking to her and she says something and then he's like, so you think we're the same as that big green guy and his crew? So they say stuff like that. Okay. And then there's a part where she stops a car from like driving away and the guy's like, oh, you're like those freaks that was in Manhattan taking out everything.
Okay.
So it's like, it's cool that they're actually referencing like the war. Like the war actually happened in this universe for Avengers, and Avengers like took out all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it is past Ultron, so I don't know if they'll allude to Ultron and stuff like that too.
I'm
but
sure they will.
Like, it was pretty cool, and I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but it's just cool that they're actually...
They reference towards the movie.
Yeah, they're actually referencing towards the movie. So, like,
pulled in together.
Yeah, like, how are they gonna, like Daredevil, like... Because we know DC has said, when they make the Flash movie, when they make Green Arrow, they're not gonna be the people who play the shows.
Yeah.
It's not tied to the shows. Supergirl won't be tied to a movie or anything like that.
I mean, see, that's fine for me, because like, DC's got that whole Earth 1, Earth 2 type thing, so you could just say, oh, these are those.
My thing is, though, like, Grant Gust is just really good at the Flash. And I'm sure if they pick another Flash character for the Flash movie, he could still be somebody else could be just as good playing him. I mean, how many Batmans have we had? We've already had, like, 3 different Spider-Mans now.
Yeah.
So, not everything can be Hugh Jackman, Wolverine for 15 years. But, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's cool. It's like, you know these actors. If Jessica Jones is a good show, right now it's only a 3rd episode. Daredevil took 6-7 episodes to be really good, and then it finished, like, amazingly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna keep watching the show, keep going with it. It's interesting, but if they keep these same characters, and then somehow they tie into, like, the last couple Avengers movies, or they take some of these characters for, like, Civil War, or, like, they've already had them for Civil War.
See, that's what I'm thinking, is that they're going to grab some of the TV show characters for Civil War.
Yeah. As for, Stephen Amell is not going to be Green Arrow in, like, Justice League. Grant Gust is not going to be, Flash. None of those characters that are in any of those shows are going to be whatever. And, I mean, they proved it already, because Tom Willings is not Superman anymore. He's the guy who played Superman in Smallville.
Oh, Smallville. Oh, yeah.
So, like, they just don't care about it. And all those shows, like Smallville, Flash, Arrow, those are all on CW.
Yeah.
Gotham's on Fox, and I think Supergirl is on Fox, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, they're all on different things, but, like, like, Netflix has these one. Like, this is their universe. Yes, they do have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's just what it is. But they also, like... Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is weird to me. I don't really like that universe.
I watched, like, a bunch of episodes in, but, like, I just couldn't...
And they got Agent Carter, too.
Yeah, that's what... I was like, isn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. focused around Agent Carter, and now Agent Carter's going to get his own series? I was just like, what the hell, Netflix?
My thing is like, with the shows on TV is, like, the reason why they're picking these B characters is because, like, these B characters are, like, grounded. They're all Batman type characters. Flash is the only one with actual powers besides Supergirl now. Smallville, he was just developing his powers. Like, he wasn't flying or anything. He was just running super fast and whatnot. And, like, these characters, like, they're not what people want to see on the big screen. Nobody cares about Jessica Jones and Luke Cage on the big screen TV. But if this show propels them into the big screen, and then they're just side characters like Black Widow and Hawkeye and stuff like that, like, that's cool. That's kind of cool. Plus, they, like, you don't have to be like, well, now we got to do a movie that explains their origin stories. Like, no, like Daredevil. Like, since they've done Daredevil and Jessica Jones, their origin story is not told. Like, they show that glimpse of how he gets this, like, how he got blind.
Yeah.
In that, and then they've never talked about it after that. They don't talk about, like, his training. They don't talk about anything like that. They just show, they show that one guy that trained him.
Stick,
like, yeah. But it was like, it wasn't a big part of the show. It was like, oh, that's where you learn his martial arts. That's pretty cool. But it's like when they do Spider-Man twice, like, he got bit by the spider, and then he had to develop his skills, and then he's climbing up the walls and jumping, whatever, and figuring out how his web shooters work. And
I just feel directors, they like to go into the origin because, like, oh, I get to tell the story how I want to tell it. So.
I feel like if they didn't do origin stories, it'd be way better, though, because then anybody can watch it, but then, like, the hardcore fans, you don't have to worry about, like, all right, now we got to reboot Spider-Man, and now we got to tell what he's doing, and then now we got to pick a different, supervillain to be, his first supervillain, even though maybe this is the first supervillain he faced.
Yeah.
Then we got to put somebody like Electro in the show, in the movies. Then those 2 movies fail, and then it's like, now we got to make another one, and he's gonna be in Civil War, and then he gets his own movie in 2017. And then like now we're gonna get another Batman story where Ben Affleck's gonna be Batman, and do they do an origin story for that, or do they just pick up after Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad? Like,
I'd be alright with a new Batman television show.
No,
like
it's just like it's gonna be a show though. I mean, a movie though. So it's like it's one of those things like, stop doing origin stories. We don't need them anymore. I think with the surge of like these movies, I think people are reading comics now and going out and like, I wonder what the real story is.
Yeah.
And then they have some cheesy fast.
Ever since I want to say.
Because like, imagine
probably ever since Avengers came out, I jumped into comics. I started like reading up on DC comics and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, like imagine if they would have had an origin story for every X-Men. Right? It would have been stupid, but they were like, you know what? And I think that's why those first like 2 movies were really good, even though a lot of people are like, some people don't like them because of Fox, some people like, they're still pretty good.
I mean, growing up, they were good. If I went back and looked at it now, I might be like, you did so.
But like even then, it was like Wolverine has powers. He goes to Professor Xavier. All the people there have the powers. They're just trying to figure out how to like control it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how do you get your powers? But it's like, we already have the powers. It's like we're just trying to control it. We're trying to live in society without people judging us.
Well, the thing about X-Men too is like it's not always an origin story. It was mostly like them one day their power just came up and they accidentally fucking killed somebody or something like that. So it's like,
I mean, there's a couple people who got experimented on.
Yeah,
Wolverine, the most popular character in that universe. But yeah, it's just like no more origin stories. Let's move on. And like that's what's cool about Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Like even with Flash and Arrow, and I haven't seen Supergirl yet because I don't have cable, but
I haven't checked it out.
Like
probably should though.
Supergirl, we already know how Supergirl has her powers. She's already had her powers.
Yeah, she's Kryptonian.
She gets sent down to chase after Superman to like protect him.
Mm-hmm.
But in like Flash and Arrow, we got to watch their origin stories. But it's stressed out through seasons.
Yeah, which is good.
Like it's one season and then whatever. It's like, oh, we got his powers and blah blah blah. But when you're doing a 2-hour movie and then that movie fails, like in the show, like the show could fail, but like the show has more. It has 23.
It has a time
23 hours.
It has a time to redeem itself. Yeah. Whereas like a movie, if it's bad, that's it. Sorry.
Yeah. And like Daredevil was like, he already has his powers because it was nuclear waste got into his eyes and just enhanced it. It took away his eye vision, but enhanced all his other abilities.
Sensories and stuff.
Yeah. So, like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like it was there. And Jessica Jones, she already has the powers. Like, we don't have to worry about, like, how she get her powers. And they alluded to it in the show, too. Like, she's talking to Luke Cage, and he's like, how'd you get your powers? And she was like, it was like an accident or like an experimental accident. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, yeah, I was experimented on, too. So it's like, and then that was it. They didn't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, we got these powers. We're just stronger. We don't really get like stabbed or shot with bullets and it hurts or anything like that. It's just like it's whatever. And
they're pretty much superheroes.
Yeah. And they like it's kind of funny because they have sex in the show, but they're both superpowered.
So like a lot of like beds breaking and shit.
Yeah, and they're just like they're trying to make it known. And then like there's the first time they have sex, like they're having sex and he bumps her head on the headboard, and she was like, ow, and she realized she was like, damn, that actually hurt, because he's another superpower. But she didn't know, they didn't know they each other were like superpowered. So she's like, ow, that hurt. And then he's like, oh, sorry. She's like, don't worry about it, you won't break me. He was like, yes, I will. And it's just kind of funny how they're like, and then now that they know they have powers, like the next sex scene that they had, like they're just going ham on each other because they know they're not going to hurt each other, so they're just like, finally I can just go all out, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of funny, but that show, check it out. I think it's only got 12 episodes, 10 or 12 episodes.
I don't think I still finished Flash. Still gonna go back to that. I'm like on episode 20 or something like that.
It ended pretty well. I haven't watched the new season except for like the first 2 episodes. Wasn't really impressed. No. I was like, my thing about movies like this, I mean, shows like that on TV is like they have to leave you on this huge cliffhanger, and then when they bring it up, they clear it in the first episode. So I'm like, what was the point of that? Like, you just cleared it up in one episode. Like, that was like such a devastating thing to leave it on, and then you clear it up in one episode. They did that in Smallville.
That's what happens though on TV.
But as like in Daredevil, they finished it. They're like, spoilers. If you don't know what happens at the end of Daredevil, you haven't seen it yet. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert, people. Spoiler.
Alright, you got enough time to stop. But he stops Kingpin.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, hey, you stopped me, but that doesn't stop everybody else from taking over, Hell's Kitchen or whatever.
Right.
And then he's like, well, I know that. I'm just gonna keep stopping people who keep trying to fuck.
That's why I got this armor on, bitch.
But like the last episode was like the climax and the first episode of like TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Like he stops the bad guy,
mm-hmm.
and then the bad guy tells him that people are gonna keep coming, and he's like, well, I'll just be ready for them. And now I have my suit. That was the biggest climax of that episode. Like he has a suit now.
Yep.
Now he's a badass. Now he's a superhero.
I love the way they lead it up to that, because like the whole first season is pretty much just him
in that black outfit.
Yeah, in the black outfit, just trying to like, hey, I'm trying to use my superpowers now. So
yeah,
and I like that. I like that they did it that way.
Pretty cool. I don't know how they're gonna do that with Jessica Jones, because she alludes to that in the show too.
Oh yeah,
where she's like, I try to help some people out, and I try to be a hero, and he was like, don't tell me you had a suit, and then she was like, she kind of like brushes it off. So I don't know if like, they both, because like his suit is like, if you know who Luke Cage is, he just has like an orange shirt with like black pants, and then he has like these like metal guards on his arm. Yeah. That's all he is. So,
yeah, he's not very super suited.
And he has glasses, so nobody can see who he really is.
Yeah,
but that's it.
He like literally like him and Wolverine pretty much have their dress code of jeans, shirt, whatever. So
it's like it's kind of cool, but no more spoilers.
Sorry, we're done. Done spoiling you kids.
Yeah. So I want to get into the last topic because we didn't do it last time. We'll have to revisit the one that I wanted to do, but we're gonna go into anticipated games of 2016. So right before this, we had a list of games. I have it right next to me. Games coming out. Any suggestions of games that you want really bad next year?
Top of my head, just like always on my mind is Uncharted 4.
I was gonna say, you better say Uncharted, because
it's just Uncharted 4 like the whole time. Like that's all that's on my mind. Like when we were looking up the list, I'm like, oh, that game's coming out. That's cool, but it's not Uncharted 4.
I hope Uncharted 4 is not bad though.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome. Are you kidding me?
I know. I'm just like.
Did you see that trailer?
I'm afraid for that game. I'm afraid for that game.
Don't be afraid for it.
It's been delayed twice.
Well, it's because the publishers are working really hard on it. And plus they came out with the Uncharted collection and remastering The Last of Us, which are good things for that publishing company, because that means they can like work on the game better.
Anyway, so I have a list: Uncharted 4, Horizon, Last Guardian, Doom, Deus Ex, Mass Effect, Andromeda, Mirror's Edge, which Mirror's Edge also got delayed 2 months, The Division, For Honor, Dark Souls 3, Star Ocean, World of Final Fantasy, Dishonored 2, Gears of War 4, No Man's Sky, Homefront 2, unnamed COD game, unnamed AC game, Assassin's Creed, Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, Legend of Zelda Wii U, hopefully it gets ported to the NX, because I really don't want to buy another Wii U, Star Fox for the Wii U, which got a release date, I talked about it, Dead Island 2, Street Fighter 5, Quantum Break, Recore, Final Fantasy 15, maybe. Crackdown 3, Cuphead, Firewatch, Unraveled, Pokemon Go. Forgot to mention the unnamed, like couple of unnamed, like Nintendo mobile games. Mafia 3, was it 3?
It's 3. Yeah. They're in New Orleans now. I think it's supposed to actually like revolve around the Black Hate during the Civil Rights Movement.
Ratchet and Clank reboot. That movie comes out earlier that year, and then it comes out in like June. The game. Persona 5, and then Resident Evil Umbrella Corporation.
Well, I'm looking forward to Uncharted 4. What are you looking forward to? Like the most. Like what's on the top of your head all the time?
See, like every time I look at these games, I'm like, oh, I want this game. I want that game. And like I really want a Division, but it's like it's taking so long to get here that I'm just like kind of like just putting it into my back pocket. I'm just like I'll just put it back here.
When you do that though, the game comes out faster.
I mean, it still comes out March 8th, and I'm just like, and they just threw pre-orders up on the PS4, and I'm like, my friend's probably gonna get it, so I don't even have to buy it. But it's just like it's one of those games that are like. It's been pushed back so many times. I just hope it's not disappointing. I hope like we don't play it and the loot system's not as good as they are talking the loot system is. But I have hopes. And No Man's Sky is probably high up there on my list.
Yeah.
So if you don't know anything about No Man's Sky, It's just like it's Minecraft with like Borderlands graphics, and then it's like
space exploration.
Yeah, endless. Like you can go to a world, a planet, pretty much like name any creature on there that you discover.
Pretty much, you'd be like a just discover a new world.
You can completely demolish that whole entire planet. You can like, you know what? I want to take everything. I want to kill all the animals on here. And anytime anybody ever comes on here, it's just gonna be empty. It's just gonna be a barren land. But that game looks really good to me. Like I really am excited for that. But then like some of the games are just like questionable. Like, does Last Guardian come out next year?
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 years. I don't really care for Doom. Deus Ex, never played any of them. Nope. And it got delayed to August.
Yep.
Mirror's Edge, never played the first Mirror's Edge.
Nope.
Don't really care about it. For Honor was looking pretty cool, but there's no release date on it, so if it comes out next year, when does it come out next year?
Yeah. Could be one of those under the radar type games.
Yeah, does it come out early next year, mid next year, second mid next year, late next year, where it's like, there's so many games coming out. Dishonored 2, I didn't care for Dishonored 1. Star Ocean, never played any of them, but this one looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
World of Final Fantasy caught my eye, but that's not something that's like a big, huge game. Don't care for COD, don't care for AC. Homefront 1 was pretty terrible, so I don't understand why people are hyped for 2, because the first one was just bad.
I never played the first one.
The story was cool. It's like...
Well, that's why I figured the story looked cool.
Yeah. Did you see the story for the first one?
Yeah, it was like Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was a cool concept, so maybe that's why people are psyched for 2, because they like the concept of, oh, what if America got invaded, man?
Yeah.
What would you do? Which, by the way, folks, that'll never happen.
I mean, it already has kind of happened.
Well, if you want to spark names at ISIS, but...
Let's not go into that. This is a gaming podcast, not a political one.
No.
Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, but I'm like, that's a DS game, and I don't really care.
I
like my DS.
I wasn't impressed with the other Paper Mario game on DS, so... I mean, the Mario and Luigi series is a really good series, but Paper Mario's been kind of...
Yeah. Star Fox didn't look good to me before, and it probably still won't be good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably play it, but it probably won't be that good.
I'll probably get it and you play it at my house.
Yeah. Legend of Zelda Wii U, I'm just hoping that they port it to NX. Like, so I'm not even hyped if it's on the Wii U, because then I'm like, I gotta buy a $250 console or borrow somebody's console, and it's just like, not even worth the trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a Wii U, sold it, at a hard
Mine's
time.
sitting on the ground at home right now.
Yeah, like you play it for Mario Kart and
Smash,
and that's it. Like, unless the NX is like really amazing next year, I just don't. Anyways, Dead Island 2, I played a little bit of 1, and if it's anything like Dying Light, then I'll play it, but...
I played Dead Island 1, it was a pretty good series.
Uncharted 4, I never played any of the other Uncharted.
If you want to borrow my things, man...
No, I'm just not even really caring about PS3 right now. Like, I'll buy the collection eventually.
But you should.
Street Fighter 5, but I'm not competitive in that game. So
I'm not either.
There's no point for that. Quantum Break looks pretty good. Recore looked really good. Xbox games. Final Fantasy 15, like I said, if it comes out next year, but that'll be my most anticipated game if I know it's coming out next year. Like if they're like
Final Fantasy?
If they're like November or like October next year, probably like most anticipated game right there.
Oh yeah.
Unravel looked pretty cool. Pokemon Go, but when does it come out next year?
Yeah, there's no date.
So I'm like, like next year the biggest game that I'm already like. And it's not even, it's an old game. It's the Pokemon games remastered on the DS. I'm like, I'm excited for those more than I am like any other game right now. Mafia, I don't care about Mafia.
Kind of sad.
I'm going to get Ratchet and Clank just because I love those games and they're remaking it and it looks gorgeous on the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Persona 5 is probably one of my most anticipated games. Like, probably under Final Fantasy 15 and Gears of War 4. Like, I think it goes like 15 if it's coming out, Gears 4, and then like Persona 5. It's kind of funny because most of the games that look interesting to me are Xbox One's games, and I'm like a PS4 person. So,
really?
Yeah. Because like Gears 4 looks really good, like really good.
Yeah,
and I'm ready.
Showed like one trailer though.
Yeah, and I'm like really excited. I know, and that one trailer got me hyped.
It did?
Yeah. E3, one trailer, 5-minute trailer. I'm like,
well, that's what those trailers do. They try and get you hyped for the game.
I'm like, okay, the war's ended. Spoilers for Gears 3 if you haven't played Gears 3.
It's been out for quite a while. Yeah. You should jump on it.
The war's over. The locusts are all dead.
Yeah. That's why I'm confused. Like, where did these...
Yeah, there's
what's going on?
like a new breed of enemy that's coming at people. There's 2 new characters. Where's Marcus Phoenix? Don't know where he's at.
I don't know.
So, what's going on, what's really going on in this game. That's what I want to know. They're not spoiling anything. They're not telling anybody anything. I'm sure E3 next year they'll have like a 15-minute demo for it of like what's going on. They'll probably have like a 5-minute or like a 2-minute like trailer for it where like they're explaining like who these people are. They might show some flashes of Phoenix, but that game is like one of my most anticipated games. But yeah, Persona 5, Final Fantasy 15. Persona 5 is a PS4 exclusive. So like Street Fighter 5, Persona 5, and Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted 4, Horizon does look interesting. I mean, Last Guardian, those are all PS4 exclusives. Third party, Doom, Deus Ex, Mass Effects. Never played Mass Effect before, so I don't really care for it. Mirror's Edge, Division, For Honor, Dark Souls 3. I think World of Final Fantasy is only PS4. I think so.
Yeah.
Star Ocean is only PS4, possibly, maybe, I don't know. Dishonored 2 is multi-platform. No Man's Sky is a PS4 exclusive for now. Homefront, third party. COD, third party. AC, third party. Mario and Luigi. Nintendo, Legend of Zelda, Nintendo, Star Fox, Nintendo, Dead Island, you would assume is on multi-platforms. Quantum Break, Recore, Xbox One games. Crackdown 3 is Xbox. I think Cuphead's on the Xbox as well. Unraveled is both systems. Mafia is both systems. And I would assume the Resident Evil game is both systems. So it's like everything that I want to play is on both systems. Aside from like Gears and Persona 5. So I was like,
yeah, what's the point, right?
yeah, I'm like, you're like Uncharted 4 is like definitely like, you're like, yeah, Uncharted 4.
Yep, I'm head first
That's
into it.
Nothing else. And I'm like,
I mean, there are other games that like I'm looking forward to, but
like I think this year was just so good for video games. And like next year is like,
I feel like
next year won't be bad. It'll be a surprising year.
I think so too. I think next year is like they're feeding us this games, but then while we're playing those, they're working on the next big thing that.
No, I really honestly think like most of these games are gonna be like
I agree with you. I think
Uncharted will be a 10.
I think they're gonna be good. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is like I feel this is a calm before the storm. Like they're giving us these great games, but then 2017 might come out, and I think something big's gonna
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is, I think these games will be those games. I think these games will be that. Like this year was the calm before the storm, and these games are gonna be like.
Oh, you think that's?
What like this year was what? Batman, Fallout 4, Witcher, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, Dying Light.
Those are some pretty big
The Order,
titles.
Evolve. Like those were all decent. And then Fallout 4 was like really good. A lot of people like Batman, but a lot of people were like, well, it's over.
Pretty much.
Yeah. What else was there? Metal Gear Solid is probably going to win Game of the Year more and more now that I see it. People are just like, ooh, I like the repetitiveness of it. But then they're like, I don't like the way... Like, people wanted the repetitiveness of Metal Gear Solid.
Why?
But then they're like, oh, well, when you go explore things in Fallout 4, I feel like you're not getting anything. But in Metal Gear Solid, you're like, you do a mission, you're getting something for it. I'm like, whatever, dude. But, yeah. But, like, I feel like next year, like, Uncharted 4 is like a single player thing, and it's been there, and most PS4 people
It's kind of
wanna play it.
multiplayer function.
Yeah, but it's like a single player, like, it's like that single player is what people are expecting.
Well, yeah, the story's
You know what I'm saying?
greatest, but I mean, like...
Horizon, I think, is going to sneak up on a couple people. Last Guardian will be a fun, like, puzzle platformer. That's just, like, really fun, and it's an anticipated game. We're getting a lot of games that are not open world. And I think people are getting fatigued on open world. So I think next year, people are going to beat more games, and people are going to appreciate games a little bit more. Like, Uncharted 4.
More story-driven.
Yeah. Horizon, I don't think they'll have, open world. Like, there might be, like, open world hubs and stuff, but it won't be open world, like, the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Last Guardian, that's going to be linear.
Yep.
Doom is going to be linear. Deus Ex is probably going to be, like, linear / like, make your own choices.
Yeah.
Mass Effect is the only one that's, like, open world, kind of. But even then, it's, like...
I mean, it's still kind of got its own trail system. You just go the story how you want to go.
Mirror's Edge, linear. Division, open world. For Honor, multiplayer, but not open world. Dark Souls 3, open world / linear, because you go in the same path. You can just go to different areas first if you want to. World of Final Fantasy, RPG. Star Ocean, there's going to be a story, there's going to be a linear path. You're going to be able to go onto the map and do stuff, but it's a linear path. Gears 4, linear. Dishonored 2, linear.
We know it's linear.
But
Gears 4 could be a fucking open world for all we fucking know.
It's not gonna be
you don't know, Omar.
No Man's Sky is going to be open world. Homefront, probably linear. Call of Duty, always linear besides the multiplayer. AC, open world / linear because you got to do the same mission, but you can just run around the world. That's a sandbox. It's not an open world. It's a sandbox. Mario and Luigi, linear. Legend of Zelda, they said it's open world, and it's going to be this great, like, Skyrim / Zelda type game.
So that could be
we'll see. Star Fox, linear. Dead Island, linear sandbox. People got to understand the difference between sandbox and open world. Street Fighters, a fighter. Quantum Break, a shooter. Recore, another shooter. Final Fantasy 15, if it comes out, kind of an open world.
Probably, yeah.
It's gonna have an open world because
it'll have a story driven.
I played the demo, but Crackdown 1 and 2, sandboxes. You just run around the city, doing whatever. Firewatch, maybe an open world.
I see it as open world, but I think it's more.
It might be like
I think it's more
Far
like
Cry. I think it'll be like Far Cry, which is like it's open world, but it's not.
You got things you need to do.
You got shit you got to take care of. Cuphead.
That's like a boss battle game, if anything.
Yeah. Unraveled, that's gonna be like platformer. Ratchet Clank, platformer. Mafia, gonna be
that's
sandbox. That's open world.
Sandbox.
Because like, well, this one will probably be sandbox. I'm comparing it to like GTA 5, which is open world, because you can do a lot in GTA 5.
Mafia and GTA 5 won't be the same thing.
No, they won't be the same. They're the same gameplay. Same type of shit that you're doing it. You're going to be able to get in cars and whatnot, and drive around and shoot people on the streets.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a world, though. So
yeah.
I'd count it as sandbox.
Persona 5, you're limited to the area in which you play. Like, you're limited to, like, Tokyo or, like, Persona 5. I forgot what district you're limited to in there. But it's like, it's a couple areas. Like, Persona is Persona. It's not, like, an open world. And then Resident Evil is going to be, like, running around shooting. And, yeah, I don't have all the games on this list. But, for the most part, it's going to be... What's on this list is what are the popular games. So there's not a lot of open world games. Like we got Witcher was like a 200-hour game.
I'm okay with that because, like you said, there's definitely an exhaustion on open world games.
So like we have Fallout, Metal Gear Solid, Witcher. We had Dragon Age last year, like and late last year,
which was a good game.
Which people are still playing this year. So it's like
I beat it already.
Oh, why would you drop that?
Calm down, Fall Boy. Come on, man.
Anyways.
Jeez. Dropping off me too.
But like, not a lot of open world games there. Not that I know of. Like, I mean, I'm assuming these games are all linear. I mean, I played Dark Souls 1 and 2, Bloodborne, Demon Souls. Not really open world in a way. Star Ocean, I've seen it played. You're limited to like dungeons and one overworld map. Dishonored 2 was a linear game. Gears 1, 2, 3, and Judgment have all been a story driven, drop you down in a mission, whatever. Homefront, probably like area you can explore, but it's gonna be like point A to point B.
Yeah.
We just discussed it all. So it's like Uncharted. It's not open world, but you can go to different areas. It looks like you can go like.
They were saying they were making it bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
So not open world, but definitely like. But you have your own routes you can go.
Yeah, like a game this year, like Tomb Raider, which is being compared to Tomb Raider, has open world hubs where you can do like you can hunt things and you can go explore the area, but then there's like missions where you get dropped off somewhere and you got to do the mission.
Yeah.
So like maybe it's like that in a way. But yeah, what else games came out this year that was open world? Dying Light was open world. We list
all the big ones, I'm pretty sure.
Dying Light was open world. Sandbox. Fallout 4 is open world. Metal Gear Solid is open world.
Yeah.
Witcher is open world.
Yeah, you mentioned those though.
Yeah, but that's like 4 games in a year. Next month, what's that game? Just Cause 3 comes out. That's an open sandbox world where you can do whatever you want to, blow everything up. That's like 5 games in 1 year that are just like mass open world games. Like that's just kind of
there's an exhaustion.
I think State of Decay came out this year, which is like an Xbox exclusive, which is like an open world like zombie killing game too.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like another open world. So it's just like so many open world games, so many possibilities. But there was like And all the linear games suffered this year. Like Batman was like, you were like,
Batman was good.
Batman was the open world sandbox as well.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then it was like a lot of people were like, I'd rather play Arkham Asylum. I was like, a lot of people were just like, they played Batman, they were like, Arkham Asylum was just the best one because you were on a linear path.
I liked Arkham Asylum because I thought the story was good.
The Order got a 6. The Order did terrible.
That was a linear path, though.
That was a very, very linear path.
Very short path.
Football was just online. I'm trying to think of games that came out last year.
I mean, we pretty much covered it, I think.
But that's like, all those games had like open world aspects to them. And it was just like I didn't play most of them. Like I played Metal Gear Solid and I picked up Witcher for like 2 minutes, put it down. I beat Dying Light. Bloodborne, I guess, is an open world kind of, because you like can go anywhere in that area if you want to. Like unless you die, then you get sent back to the beginning. But
yeah.
So most anticipated game for you, Uncharted 4. I would have to say, just because I don't know if Final Fantasy is coming out or not. Gears 4, No Man's Sky, and Persona 5. Probably my top game. Like I'm gonna play Dark Souls 3. That comes out in February, so I'm just like. I'll play it, I'll beat it before like Persona 5 and No Man's Sky comes out. They both come out in June.
Yeah.
Gears comes out at the end of the year, so it's like those 4 games are probably what I'm going to play. I'm not going to play Mass Effect, Deus Ex. I'll pick up Horizon whenever that comes out. I'll pick up Last Guardian when that comes out. I'll pick up Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy.
You hope to pick up these games.
I hope to pick up these games. I hope they don't all get delayed. But that's just what that is, and I think that brings us to the show.
I think so. Yeah. Talk about what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Came up with some news for you guys.
I think we're going to try to do this every week. Sunday at 11? 11.
Yeah.
Trying to give everybody like an actual time. We always have the 1 or 2 people watching at a time. I think people don't know. Plus, I said I have bad internet, so people can't really can't get joined.
Mine's okay, but...
I'm gonna do a couple streaming things.
Yeah.
I am planning on doing a Fallout stream where I play. Like I'm gonna put multiple episodes up. I'm gonna kill everything in the world. So if you're interested in me killing everything in the world, I'll record it like this. It'll be on YouTube. I'll have some commentary after I beat the game. I don't think there's any other games I want this year. I might pick up Tomb Raider, maybe.
I'm probably going to, just because I picked up the last Tomb Raider game, liked it.
Yeah, I kind of want to go through the Gears series and just beat that before Gears 4 comes out.
I'll do that with you, buddy. We can co-op.
Yeah, I mean,
all day.
2 and 3, I need to beat those. I already beat 1 this year.
Yeah, same here.
So I want to beat 2, and I'll get to 3. I don't know if I really care about Judgment. A lot of people said it was kind of whack.
I played Judgment. The story was alright. If you liked the Baird whimsical, sarcastic side, then nope, chuck it in.
Nope.
But also, if you also liked the Gears universe before the Locusts were coming out, if you wanted to know what the hell was going on there, then yeah, jump into Judgment.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be doing that series. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. Next week, I think we're gonna start our other podcast. I'm not
talk about life and stuff.
I'm not gonna call it Earthbound. I want to make a new name for it and start at episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
That way, people because episode 1 through 8 of Earthbound cast just was gone. I have it on my USB, but it's just gone. I want to start fresh and just put that on YouTube as well.
That's fine.
So we'll do that. That's gonna just be topics about anything. We'll talk about anything literally. And if anybody has suggestions, if they watch live stream and they put something up there, we'll talk about it.
We'll communicate.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting to do. But I'll have a set 2 that we're gonna talk about, and if we get some people that actually come in the room and say something, we'll just talk about that, whatever they talk about. So
sounds good.
Yeah, but it's gonna be anything, life, sports, what's going on in the world right now, entertainment, whatever we feel like talking about. We want to talk about the reason why I'm doing it is that Kind of Funny crew does that Game Over Greggy show. They have 4 topics each week. Each person brings a topic to the table. They all talk about the topics. They all give their feedback. They get crazy. They get into discussions of is a hot dog a sandwich? That's how crazy we're gonna get up in this show. I don't know if we'll talk about hot dogs. I don't want to really do anything that they've done to me. I mean, there's gonna be crossover. And there's only so much that you can talk about.
Probably.
But Like, if I want to talk about ice cream one day, if I want to talk about ghosts one day, if I want to talk about sleepovers, which I've done on the other podcast, like, that's what we're going to talk about on this show. So,
look forward to it. You guys.
yeah, stay tuned. I think we'll get a little bit more of a following for that, just because to that one, when I did the Earthbound cast, way more than they listened to this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just because most people that I advertise it to don't play video games. So they were just, like, listening to it. I was getting, like, 50 listens for each one.
Yeah.
But this one's... It's struggling on SoundCloud.
Oh, really?
Since I've uploaded it on YouTube, it's been getting, like, 30.
That's good.
30. 20... 25 to 30.
We're still small time.
No, we're still small time, dude. I'm not even tripping about it.
But
I'm gonna keep doing it.
To you guys watching on YouTube, if you want to comment on the section below and tell us what your most anticipated game of 2016 could be.
There you go.
Yeah, give us a shout out. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. Give it a shout out. Be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like that.